Hello and welcome to Patched. I'm your host, Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips. How's things, mate?
Oh, yeah. Good.
Good.
We are officially 2 weeks away from train disruptions. In
Melbourne. Yeah. The most talked about thing in the Australian gaming scene at the moment is the train strike that's going to be going on the first day of PAX.
Out of all days to do it, it had to be a Friday.
Well, I mean, it's clearly a strategic thing. I mean, why? If you anger the nerds, they're the ones that are going to start DDoSing the government and stuff. So there's some big brain stuff going on here from the
government. There too, but then it is gamers. They'll just figure out another way. Oh, okay, cool. We'll just do this instead.
Yeah.
With no care whatsoever.
Gamers got no idea. We'll see what happens. It'll be a fascinating one. I personally would have been driving regardless, but we'll see how we go. All right, it's the end of the month, so patched updates where we talk about all the games we've been playing lately. We've only got a few games each this time, unlike I think last month where it was stacked, which is weird considering this is the one of the busiest months. But anyway, Matto, what have you been playing lately?
Well, we'll start off at the start of the month where for some stupid reason, don't know why, I was still playing Cyberpunk even though I finished the game. I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do all the side missions.
Yeah.
Don't know why. No reason why. There's no reason for it. I just thought, I'm just going to do it.
Have you jumped into Phantom Liberty now that it's come out?
It's not out yet.
Isn't it? Oh, yeah. Maybe it's just the reviews.
The reviews are, we're still a few days away from, or as of probably as this gets released, which will probably be, is it the 26th?
Tuesday? Yeah, it'll be the...
Yes.
It'll be the 26th, yeah.
That is when, Phantom Liberty will be out.
Right.
As of...
You're going to jump straight into it then?
In the future. Yes, I pre-ordered it. It is ready to go.
Just waited to see the reviews though this time, just unlike everyone, myself included, with the original launch.
Don't need to see the reviews. I have all faith in CD Projekt Red because let's be honest, they are not going to do the same thing twice. And they also did a full makeover of the skills trees and all that too, which is available now, as I found out today.
Yeah, 2.0 or whatever they're calling it.
I thought, this is so much better. Just everything about it is so much better. It's only taken them 3 years, but still, they never gave up. Well done. You did not do an EA and just go, you know what, drop everything, let's go make something else that's going to be...
Well, I mean, they are. The Witch is deep in development at this point, but we'll still be waiting a while for that, I think, unfortunately.
Oh, well. Hopefully another game will come along and just be as bad as the Cyberpunk launch, and no one will ever talk about Cyberpunk ever again. Of a bad launch, I should say.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
also,
people move on.
We should also add on Cyberpunk. Paul's Trophy is available on Facebook Market if you want to buy it.
Oh, yeah. Wait, where is this guy?
Show off the goods. There it is.
Facebook Marketplace. Trying to flog it off. Have been for actually months. It's just sitting there. I don't do anything with the listing because at some point someone's gonna be willing to get it.
Someone's gonna offer Paul $60 and he'll say, "Go away."
Absolutely, yeah.
Some dodgy deal will happen, and he'll just, I don't know what will happen. Maybe you have something limited.
I'll end up shot on my doorstep, and then they'll
robbed,
and then they'll take it. Good times.
But anyway, that was Cyberpunk for doing absolutely 10 hours of absolute nothingness for some stupid reason. I'm scratching my head. It's just like Pikmin 4. Just did all the stuff that wasn't required, just for no reason whatsoever.
For the enjoyment, nothing more.
For the enjoyment. And then we'll move on to a game that I sort of just play every now and then, but I really should get into it, which is A Plague Tale.
Oh, nice.
The second one's called.
Requiem.
I can't remember.
Requiem, yeah.
It's okay now, people. It now has performance mode, so you can stop complaining about your 30 frames a second garbage.
So you can play it at 60 now?
You can play it at 60. Which I didn't really care about. I just looked at it going, yep, still looks good. Play on.
Good.
And so far, it's the same old Plague Tale, just throwing rocks at people's heads.
I really enjoyed the tiny little bit that I played, I think maybe on Xbox for player 2 players or something, maybe. I can't remember.
Probably was, because it was on Gaze Pass.
Yeah.
When it, on day one.
And that'll be where I did it. So, but I haven't played the first game, and I want to play the first before I jump into Requiem. So, one of these days.
You're missing out. quality
Oh
game.
yeah, I know,
Yeah,
and it's
highly
it's
recommend.
like 100%. They're both like right in my lane. I just haven't gotten there yet. So soon enough.
Yeah, so it's only done early days yet, so I'll probably get into that for many reasons, which I'll explain later.
Okay.
But we'll explain it later. So we'll move on to the next game, which is the old Yakuza spin-off. I don't know if you can call it a spin-off. Judgment.
Oh yeah, okay.
So we
I was
go
like, are we
from
calling
being,
like a
being
dragon? But yeah.
no, not like a dragon. So we go from being in a Yakuza, getting stuck in with Yakuza murders, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And now you are some law person getting stuck up in Yakuza murders. So it's pretty much the exact same game, just minus being in a Yakuza gang. That's how I look at it. Same
righto.
place, do the same thing, and guess what? I don't care. Because I couldn't care less, like, oh, look, that shop's the same. Because I've played, what, 6, 7 of them? I still don't
Holy
remember
shit.
where anything is.
Okay,
Anything
you're
is
going
in that game is like the layout is exactly the same. It's like Pokemon. It's just the exact same layout. Everything is pretty much the same.
But
and
you
it
watch,
takes
you'll go to Japan and you'll know
no
every
good.
single key location like the back of your hand. No issues at all.
Or maybe.
But then in a game, you're all at sea.
So, oh, it's this place. I know this. I know this place from the Yakuza.
If I hang a right and a left, then it'll take me to whatever.
Yeah, to the Sega store. And I would be
Yeah, what's
like,
it called? Super Potato or whatever. That like
Super,
big.
Super Potato.
I think it's called Super
What is
Potato.
it?
It's the one that sells
That
all
doesn't
the
sound right. Potatoes?
Super
Sure.
Potato.
Super Potato. Surely that's not real. That
Yeah,
is not
it's
real.
it's the if you're a gamer, Super Potato is the one you want to go to when you're in Japan.
Like with all the games, like all the
It's
classic games.
all
with,
retro stuff, and like you can just buy anything for unbelievably dirt cheap.
Ah. So
Games
no
that go for
skeletons.
hundreds, maybe even thousands here. They've just got so
$10.
many of them that like you can buy them for $10. No worries.
Of course, the home and Nintendo. Of course, you just gotta have games just in a pile somewhere to go. Right, just go grab that from the pile of games that no one wants to buy.
Yeah.
Just go to a warehouse in Japan. They've probably got heaps of them. Or go to a what's it called? A hole in Nevada somewhere. Just find an ET game.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, go raid the desert for ET. They dug up a whole bunch of them though.
Yes, the theory was true. The myth everyone thought was a lie was true. For
And right next to it are all the alien bodies that the US government's been burying.
No,
They're just like,
they're not. They're not alien bodies.
make sure they find the video games, then they'll stop believing in the alien. And sure enough, the alien's there.
Quick, distract them. Maybe that was the whole theory. Maybe they'll study the ET game and then realize it's too much. It's too real, so they had to bury it all. More real than aliens, and they couldn't have that.
Yeah, it started upsetting people. Yeah, go on.
And then not speaking of aliens, because I haven't seen any aliens in this game yet. Even though it's in space, which is the big double A, not double A, that's a battery, triple A game from Bethesda.
Triple A's are also batteries.
They are too, but I've never heard of anyone say a double A game because that just sounds weird. Or just a game. Okay, there is plenty A games, but Starfield. Now,
Go on, just go for it because I haven't played it
Yeah.
yet. So I want to. I just haven't gotten there.
I don't know what to say about it. It's a space game, and I love space games, but for some reason, I just can't get into it. There's just something about it. There's no flow into the game.
Yeah, righto.
I don't know why.
Are you still
scratch my
early?
head at,
Like, are you still pretty early in it?
like 7 hours, 8. And
I have
not
heard
been-
it is one of those ones where, like, it's if you get to this point, then it gets good sort of games.
Oh, maybe I haven't got to the good part yet because it just feels.
Certainly, everyone who I've heard talk about it says that like post the campaign, which is still a lot of content, but apparently like post the campaign is when it really, really lights up.
Well, maybe I'll try and push through it because it has been the biggest 7-hour struggle I've ever had. I really want to play it, but at the same time, I don't want to play it.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it feels like. It's just I'd rather watch TV than play Starfield at the moment. That's what it's come down to. It's like I should really play Starfield, but I just can't bear myself to do it.
Yeah, fair.
It feels like Fallout 4 all over again. It's just like, cool, it's a big game, and it's not clicking with me yet.
It'll get there.
But the other fact is too, like, I don't even want to explore the 1,000 planets anymore. I just want to go to the planet that I need to go to, and then that's it.
Be done with it.
Just done with it, because I don't know what it is. It's just you go there, you're like, oh, it's this boring planet. Oh, there's a place over there. It's a kilometer away. I have no vehicle. I don't want to go, and I don't care what's there.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's weird because it's a space game, which I should enjoy, but at the same time, there's plenty of space games out there, and I hate to say it,
That don't waste your time for a while.
there's better space games out there. I would probably put at the moment the Outer Worlds above Starfield for me personally. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
fair,
had
that's
fun.
fair.
I had fun with Starfield, and then there's the top tier space game, which is Mass Effect.
Well, yeah,
Big.
Mass Effect's. I can't think of a game set in space that's better. I'm sure there's something I'm not thinking of, but
You could say Star Wars, if you really want to, but that's more the Jedi Fallen games because it's Star Wars. That's the only reason that get over. But
I
would
wouldn't
give-
I wouldn't call them better than Mass Effect either. So
No,
for as
they're
good as
below
they are,
Mass Effect. But the thing with Starfield is it's only the first installment, because if you look at Fallout, there's been what, 5?
four of them plus 76.
And New Vegas.
I guess there's Tactics and there's New Vegas. So yeah, there's I guess there's 7 of them.
So they've had the 7, and they got good after about 3. Got good. There's there. Then you sort of look at Elder Scrolls. They've had what, 5 plus an online, 2 online.
No, one online.
And 1 online, and their big one was
Skyrim.
their last one.
To be fair though, that was the one that blew up. Morrowind is still acclaimed. Oblivion just as much.
But it's just
A lot of
Skyrim
people who kind of eat up those games will actually argue that Morrowind and Oblivion are better than Skyrim. It's just that Skyrim was very mainstream, and so that's what helped it just explode.
Well, the only difference that Skyrim have that the other 2 didn't was, of course, an arrow to the D.
Well, that definitely helped. Memes definitely helped.
The memes, the start of the memes. That's pretty much back in 2011. That's
Yeah.
how long it's been. 2011.
Going way back.
And people still talk about Skyrim, and it's had 17
And arrows to the knee.
remakes. 17 remakes it's had since then. It's had.
You can
collector's
play it on a
edition-
fridge.
What? You can play it on a fridge?
I think so. There was like some Alexa powered fridges, and so
Oh, I was going to say, so
through
it's
Amazon
Skyrim
Alexa.
fridge.
yeah,
so
not a Skyrim fridge, but
I was going to say, Xbox is going way too far with this fridge business, if that's the case. I mean, cool, that was cool enough, but come on, you can't just go having a Skyrim fridge. It would be cool. I would
Would be
laugh
kinda
at
cool.
that. It would be kind of cool.
and you open
But
it and it shouts at you. Open the door, it's
Yeah.
just full throttle does you to the other
Just
side of
goes,
the room.
Wake up. Or it just has classic Skyrim things like the fan, that annoying fan,
Or whenever you
time
open it, there's a
the door.
sweet roll in there for some reason.
or just a magic man just throwing fireballs at you for no reason whatsoever, just you walking by, or a giant foot just comes out and just kicks you into the ceiling.
I can get around that. Look, I miss some of the Skyrim physics, and you're like, catching a giant the right way, and it just flies, just straight.
Or you'd be
into
like me
space.
the first time I went up to a giant, I thought, oh, what's this thing doing? Just went up to it, one big kick, and that was it. I was dead. I just went into pretty much oblivion and never came down. I've never gone so high in my life in a game. It's like, wow, that's amazing. Even though I died and forgot to save, whatever, I just laughed at it because I thought, that's funny. I don't care how much progress I've lost.
More Skyrim physics, more Elder Scrolls physics in your Starfield is what's needed here,
Yes.
and then it'll be a good game.
Yes, and a quick tip: if you go that annoying fan, just recruit him and put him on your ship, so you don't have to ever hear from him unless
Noted.
you're on the ship.
I'll keep it in mind.
And that's pretty much me done.
So for me, there's even less. It's been a weird one where there's been a lot of stuff that I've kind of dabbled in for tiny little reasons, but not enough that I could really justify even talking about here. So the main game I've been playing has been Sea of Stars, which was one of my most anticipated of the year. Indie title. Holy shit! I'm looking at all the things that have come out this month, and I just how little I've actually played.
I'm the same. There's been so many games, and I just looked at it and went,
I've been a bit overwhelmed by it. From Starfield, Baldur's Gate coming to console.
Oh, the bear.
Heaps and heaps. So those two have just been sitting there unplayed, despite the fact that I own them both. So yeah, Sea of Stars is one I've been playing. That's kind of carryover from August. Well, it was kind of August/September that I was playing it anyway for review, but then just been playing it afterwards. I played it on the Switch initially, playing it again on the PlayStation because I love it and just want to play it on my preferred platform. And I've just not felt super motivated to go and play anything else. I've kind of been one of those tiny little ruts that I'm sure the likes of Mario, Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed will all get me out of soon. But it's meant that Starfield and Baldur's Gate have kind of fallen by the wayside in particular in that time. So not ideal in that respect. But anyway, Sea of Stars is amazing. It's a perfect throwback to all of those kind of classic Super Nintendo JRPGs. It's got like Paper Mario / Mario RPG elements in terms of like Mario and Luigi games where you kind of jump on them and time the jump right, and so you'd get an extra attack. Similar sort of logic with this. Time your strike and you get an extra attack, like an extra move, or do increased damage. Those sorts of things. So it's kind of it's turn based, but it's still really interactive at the same time. Keeps you engaged all the time. It's awesome. Story's great. Characters are really endearing. Having had a great time with it. Spoke incredibly highly about it in my review last month. At the end of last month, maybe after we recorded, actually. I think I was probably embargoed still at the time that we did the show last month. But I just enjoyed it so much that I've gone back to it now on PlayStation as well, and pretty happy with that for the time being. What else? I've dabbled with the Crew Motorfest. Thanks to Ubisoft, got a code for that. Matt Hewson did the full review for Player 2 and has done a bunch of awesome stuff with it. But I tried it out for Player 2 plays and found myself hooked immediately. Like I couldn't care less about racing games. This is kind of taking a step towards Forza, specifically Forza Horizon. It's going down that path, and it works for it. Like I think the Crew's really kind of struggled to find an identity over the years, but this one sticks the landing pretty well. I'm really enjoying it. I definitely recommend giving it a crack. Since you don't mind Forza, do you?
No, I like Forza.
So if you're looking for something else, that might be your go at some point.
Maybe.
It's not. Don't get me wrong. It's the overall sentiment is that it's not as good as Forza, but it's I think that they probably found the identity for the franchise now, and now they need to just keep chasing after Forza and see what they can do to maybe try and one up Microsoft at some point. We'll see what happens there.
Good luck with that. That's
well, yeah, it's a pretty tall order.
Tall order, yes.
Gunbrella is another one that I've briefly dabbled with from Devolver. Really, really cool platformer, 2D, bit of a bloodbath, as is often the case with some Devolver games that you pick up. But I still haven't spent all that much time with it either. Tim Henderson's working on the review for Player 2, so people should go check that out once it comes out. He encountered some bugs while he was playing the game pre-launch, and there's some patches that have come out since, so it's kind of held up everything that he was doing, but he's back on the case, and hopefully people will get to see that one soon. But one game that it came out, I can't remember if we discussed it off camera last week. It came to mobile last week. Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter Now. Monster Hunter Now for mobile. It comes from Niantic, the Pokemon Go people. And I am down to the final monster in this game already.
Already?
Like, now, admittedly, it's not like, and I'm going to read out a little list of all the monsters that are in the game just to kind of maybe set expectations for anyone who's, I guess, a little unsure as to kind of how big this thing is. Oh, look, there's a Rathian in my backyard. Anyway, Rathian just circling. If I come out, toast. So I guess for context, like these are all the monsters that are in the game at this current point in time. They had an event today, kind of like the Pokemon Go, what do they call them, community days, where there'd be like
down a road.
Well, there was Diablos all over the place, or Diablos all over the place, but and apparently like the black variant was popping up from time to time, which I didn't know about. So there's a second day of this event tomorrow, and I'm going to go chasing some black Diablos tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, so I mean, it's a pretty small list at the moment, but it actually, like, it's a fair grind to get there. Like, it's still that Monster Hunter loop where you've got to go and, you know, take out a whole bunch of monsters, get the parts, build up your weapons, build up your armor, so you're stronger. You know, take advantage of type weaknesses and that sort of thing to then you go after bigger and stronger monsters, etc., etc. So, like, you start with your Great Jagras, Kulu Yaku, Pookie Pookie, those sort of ones that, you know, the things that all of these monsters that are in the game so far come from Monster Hunter World specifically. Baroth is in there. Remember that big, big stone-looking guy? Yeah. Great Gyros, whatever, kind of a lizardy-looking thing. Toby Kadachi, the electric one. Palumu, the one that kind of hits neck, like a kind of just like big puffer thing. Floaty, looks like a fluff ball. I've never been good at pronouncing this one. Giratodus, it's like an eel-looking one. It's in the mud. Kind of bursts out of the mud.
Yes. The one that hardens itself with mud. That one.
Yeah. Anjanath, Rathian, like I said, circling my house at the moment. Legiana, which was kind of that ice.
The ice bird.
Yeah, the ice bird. Diablos, which is kicking around at the moment. It's one of the very last things that you deal with, and there's a community day style thing for it right now. And the final thing that I've got to deal with that I haven't yet, I'm onto the final, what I believe is the final mission there. Rathalos. So I've got to have a bit of fun with him. I've got to build up. So I mean, anyone who plays the Monster Hunter games kind of knows the weaknesses of a Rathalos, where like you'd go with electric based weapons and stuff there. And my stuff's just a bit too weak at the moment, so I need to go beating up on some Toby Kadachi, get some of their pelts, build up my gear, then go and take the thing down. Because I can take the hits, I can take the damage, all right, but I can't deal the damage fast enough before time runs out. It's a 75-second loop, so like you'll find the thing out in the world or whatever. Like I guess for example, like I've got the Rathalos here in front of me at the moment. It's just, it's just kind of prowling around or whatever. No worries. I can start hunting it now, but there's just no way I'm going to actually get the job done in time because, yeah, once you're in, it's a 75-second loop. I can dodge most of its attacks pretty well. Every now and then, when it hits me hard. But I just need to gear up at the moment so I can actually take the thing down. But it's a really, really good game. It's still kind of built on that Pokemon Go style, you know, AR, interacting with the real world, wandering around, doing all that sort of stuff. But it's not nearly as demanding, and you can you're not finding 150 Pokemon or then what eventually has become hundreds and hundreds and hundreds over the years since. It's I don't know, what did I read out? Probably 8 or 9 monsters that are in the game, plus some low-level shit that just pops up everywhere, that you just use them to kind of take their pelts and off you go. It's a really, really great game with a simple loop. It's really accessible. You know, like if you're trying to build up a certain thing, okay, I need to go and hunt this thing. So you're not wandering aimlessly. You can see them all on the map. So if you want to go and hunt down a Pookie or whatever, or in my case where I'm at right now with a Toby Kadachi, like I can zoom my map out. Great, there's one there, and I'll walk over, or if I'm out in the shops and I'm about to head home, like okay, great, it's here at this intersection. Well, I'll just quickly make my way over there, do that, and then get going, or whatever the case is. Like it's really accessible like that. But I'm having a great time, and I'm just like I think there's a bit of Monster Hunter fever starting to pick up too between the launch of this. They started talking about their 20th anniversary, the franchise's 20th anniversary the other day, and the fact that that's in March. And they're kind of hinting that there's some stuff coming. And considering we're almost certain that there's probably a new Monster Hunter World style, like a big PlayStation and Xbox game, probably not too far off. This coming along is just hit at the right time for me to be kind of swept up in all things Monster Hunter. So really, really enjoying it anyway. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. Like there's a few games that I've kind of I'll double check my PlayStation library at the moment, but there's a few things I've kind of picked up. NBA 2K24 I've got working through that one for a review, thanks to 2K for that, because well,
who would want to buy that?
I'm not.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, it's a good game, but yeah, it's the VC part of it that we always discuss. So
130 gigabytes.
Well, 150 I think it was. I can't remember.
50.
It's absurd, but Payday 3, I've also been sent by Play On locally. Keen to try that one out as well. Going to get in some co-op there. But yeah, there's some cool stuff around. I just need to find some time to jump into it. Really, I tried out Armored Core. Worked out very quickly that sure it's not a Souls game, but it still hates you, just like a Souls game. And so that's it. I'm done. No more of that.
Done. No more.
What do you see yourself playing? Obviously, we've already touched on Cyberpunk and the DLC. But what else?
For that?
Because October's big.
I might try and give Payday 3 a go. Just if I find anyone I know to play it, sure. I'm not playing with other people because
there's crossplay too. So.
Oh, is there? I was going to say because I'm not really wanting to play with other people because I'm gonna have no idea what I'm doing and I'm gonna get abused by other people.
That's fair.
Who tell you to do this? I was like, I'm not listening to that shit. And also, I'll attempt to play. I'll get this right this time because off camera I said something else. Lies of P. I think I said, not the life of Pi. As I said off camera a couple of weeks ago. And Paul was laughing at me when I said it. I was like, what the hell is he laughing at? And he said it back. He said it back to me. I thought, oh right, this is not about a tiger on a boat. This is about Pinocchio, Dark Pinocchio story. Not a tiger on a boat.
No, nothing to do with boats.
No boats.
And it's free on Game Pass, so
It sure
that
is.
and
That's
Payday are both free on Game Pass actually, as well as Party Animals, which also thanks to Xbox got a code for that, and I'm keen to check that out as well. So I just haven't done so yet. We're trying to. They sent us a whole bunch of codes pre-launched, but then we couldn't actually get everyone together to actually sit down and play it. So we'll do that sometime this week. But yeah, anything else for you? Spider-Man?
No, not really. Maybe Spider-Man. I don't know.
Mario?
I'll get to it. Maybe. I don't know. Like I say with you, I'm in a rut. I was thinking. I swear this happens to be like around this time every year because I played Valhalla last year.
It's where the backlog starts too, as a result.
Yeah, and I played 100 hours of that. And then I didn't want to play any more games, and then I started playing Starfield, and I don't want to play any more games. I just got to push through Starfield. That's all I've got to do. Push through Starfield.
Yeah, if you can push through Starfield, I think you'll get the reward you're looking for. But yeah, it's just maybe a bit of a challenge for the time being. Whereas
play Mass Effect.
Just to cleanse the palate if that's what you need in the end. For me, I'm kind of happily embracing this bit of this rut at the moment, knowing that the games that are coming in October I think will break me out of it pretty quickly. There are things like the horrendously named Infinity Strash Dragon Quest game that comes out like the 28th. I think it's Thursday or something. That I'm keen to play. Anything Dragon Quest kind of speaks to me. Cocoon on the 29th, which comes from Playdead people. So Limbo and Inside, ex-developers of that. Their game comes out this week. So that's really interesting as well. But through October, I mentioned obviously Assassin's Creed already. There's Assassin's Creed Mirage on the 5th. Oh
yeah, of course, yeah. Assassin's Creed as well. I forgot about that.
Detective Pikachu, and I went, and thanks to Ubisoft over the course of the month, I went to Ubisoft and tried that out. They flew me over to Sydney to go try it out, and it's fantastic. So I'm definitely keen to jump into Assassin's Creed. It's very much like OG Assassin's Creed, exactly how I'd want it.
How funny it would be if some idiot brought a collector's edition of that.
That would be me.
and Sam, me too.
Don't know where I'm going to get the money from, but that's a problem that I'll deal with later
on. I pre-ordered it last year, and then I just didn't bother to cancel it.
Fair.
I just thought I was going to leave it because I'm a fool.
This one's just kind of creeping up on people. Hellboy: Web of Weird. Remember that one that it was a Hellboy game? It was announced at the Keeleys multiple times. They haven't really shown much of it, and yet it's coming out on the 4th of October, the day before Assassin's Creed, I might add. But
that doesn't seem like a good size. It hasn't appeared anywhere. Just like, you know what? Let's just release it.
Yeah,
as long as it's not like a Golem situation, it should be fine.
Yeah, it's got to be at least half decent, and it'll be better than Golem. Detective Pikachu comes out on the 6th of October, so there's another one. Then there's a 2-week gap. I'm like, okay, cool, not too bad. That's all right. But then Spider-Man, Mario Wonder come out the same day. City Skylines 2 comes out on the 24th. Alan Wake comes out the 27th.
Oh man, Alan Wake!
It's on for young and old. So,
no.
If there's anything that's like any month that's going to break me out of this current little rut and get me going again, it'll be that month. And just at the time when my year 12s need me the most. I'm going to be kind of distracted. Oh, let alone PAX. PAX in the middle. Let's not
PAX,
lose sight of that
yes.
too. PAX is in there. So, good times for all. Any others you want to shout out at all?
No.
Well, then we'll wrap things up.
You already said them all. I just thought I completely forgot about all those games that were coming out in October. I thought, oh man.
And November's not totally quiet either, with things like Super Mario RPG and Star Ocean in it as well. And I'm sure there's other things in November that I've just not got on my little list here. But anyway, we'll wrap things up then. Let us know in the comments what you're going to be playing, what you have been playing, what you're going to be playing over the course of the next month. Do so on youtube.com/player2au. Like, share, subscribe. There's a whole bunch of awesome stuff there. If you haven't already done so, go check it all out. Visit the website, player2.net.au, for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series, a whole bunch more. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. Kicking a few bucks. Lower tiers, early access. High tiers, monthly episode exclusives. And finally, there's Twitter. Matto?
Matto_Phil.
Paul James Games for myself. The website is player2au. And until next week, where hopefully, I don't know, hopefully nothing really big happens over the course of this week, so that we can go and discuss the Xbox leak next week. That's the hope. Because there's a lot to that. But we'll see what happens. Otherwise, thanks a lot for watching anyway, and we'll see you later.